We start tonight in the northeast, at one of the loudest grounds in English football, St James's Park. Newcastle United versus Arsenal, a fixture that rarely disappoints. Next, we make our way to the East Midlands, the City Ground, where Nottingham Forest hosted Leicester City in a fiercely contested derby. Nottingham Forest versus Leicester City. Good evening and welcome to Match of the Day. We've got a packed show for you tonight. Plenty of goals, drama and a big test for some of the Premier League's biggest teams. And we start at St James's Park, where Newcastle United took on Arsenal. Two sides with very different momentum heading into this one.
Yes, it's a really interesting one, Gary. Arsenal are in great form. They're confident, they're scoring goals, and they're playing some really good football. Newcastle, though, they needed a reaction. The home crowd always makes a difference here, and they'll expect the team to come out fighting. For Newcastle to get anything, they had to be organised, disciplined, and aggressive. Arsenal moved the ball quickly. If you don't get tight, they'll hurt you.
Absolutely, Alan. Big pressure on Newcastle, big opportunity for Arsenal. Let's get to it, our first match of the night. Newcastle United against Arsenal. Here are your commentators.
And here we go. Kick-off underway between Newcastle and the Arsenal here. And we know how important this matchup is really going to be. As Arsenal have got a real proper matchup and test for Newcastle here away from home. And Newcastle, however, have got a big test also against Arsenal, in fact. As Newcastle are not doing that bad in the league, as we probably would know them not to be. And they're in a very average position in the Premiership. But as for Arsenal, they're really chasing on, of course, after that defeat to Man City last week. They lost 1-0 to them, by the way, in that Premier League matchup at the Emirates. And that was probably their first defeat of the Premier League season last week, by the way, against City at home. So they're trying to make amends and try and get a win here away from home against Newcastle United in this matchup, because we know obviously Arsenal are a real proper good position, healthy position by the way, especially beating Liverpool 2-1 at Anfield, but lost at home from last week against Man City, however, was a downgrade of their performances. But as of the Newcastle's lineup, by the way, in this game, we do have the lineup here as Pope in goal. We have here is Botman, Hall, Tonali again, Joelinton, also Guimaraes, Isaac as well, Jacob Murphy, and also Anthony Gordon. As of, obviously here for Arsenal, by the way, as we have a goalkeeper, David Raya, Saliba, Gabriel, Skelly, Odegaard, Zamendi, Rice, Gyökeres, Trossard, and also Bukayo Saka down that wing here for the Gunners. And here we go. Let's get it underway. Now Arsenal now, starting things nicely and smooth. Now Livramento. And now is Fabian Schär. Now all the way to Murphy. Now Murphy down the line here for Newcastle. Looking for options here. Newcastle scored the first goal. Isaac trying to get there, but good defending there from Arsenal. Now a little hold up here now. Here's to Zubamendi now for Arsenal here. Now here's Odegaard. Now Odegaard looking for a perfect run here now for Arsenal. Switch the pass there now to Gyökeres. Now Gyökeres. Now here's a chance here for Saka. Lost it back now to Tonali. Tonali now. Here's to Joelinton. Now Bukayo Saka. Timber. Shoots. Ooh, save. Now here's a corner. Cross in here. But no. Now it's going to be now a goal kick. And now big boot now away. Now here's Declan Rice. Now Bukayo Saka. Now Zamendi. Now here's to Trossard. Has a shot, Trossard, save. Oh, bit of a rebound, but they're back out away here now. Here's the corner here now for Arsenal, short one. Cross in here, header. Now Pope. Now it's Odegaard. Now Timber. Now here's Anthony Gordon here now. Now here's to Saliba. Now Gokarais now. Pass the ball here to Declan Rice. Now Skelly. Now here's Gabriel. Now Skelly. Now here's to Rice. And now Lewis Skelly here now. Back heel now to Gokarais. Now Gokarais is through. Gokarais shoots. Gokarais scores. And Arsenal have now made it 1-0 against Newcastle United. What a finish right there. An absolute extraordinary finish. And what an amazing goal right here now for Arsenal. And yeah, absolutely wonderful finish here. Put it right in the bottom corner. And obviously Eddie Howe obviously not be very happy about that one to concede a goal like that, but it is what it is, of course. And now Arsenal now have the ball here, holding up, trying to look for another goal here now. Now Zamendi. Now Trossard. Now Saliba. Isaac. All the way there to Anthony Gordon. Now Gordon's through. Save! Oh, very close. Now Zamendi. Odegaard now. Timber. Now is William Saliba now. Is Zamendi. Now Skelly. That's going to be that for half-time here at St James's Park Stadium, as Gokarais only scored the only goal in that first half, by the way. As a score at half-time is Newcastle 0, Arsenal 1. We are now in the second half, and here we go between Newcastle United and Arsenal. No hold up here now. Now he's running through. Challenge there. No. Play on, says the ref. Also challenge definitely here recklessly, as I think Martin Odegaard has clipped Tonali. And the referee now gives him a yellow card for Martin Odegaard here, as Arsenal obviously giving away a free kick here. Oh, it's in the second half. The Italian Tonali, number 8, took out number 8. And now there's a free kick here for Newcastle. Eddie Howe is frustrated. He is, of course, on the touchline with the referee, a fourth official, in fact. I'm trying to get my words off, of course, but now anyway, here's Declan Rice. Now Trossard. And now all the way here now to Tonali. And now Bukayo Saka. And now Gokarais. Running through. Gokarais. And he places it in the bottom corner. And now Arsenal have now made it 2-0 in the game. And what an unbelievable goal, as Victor Gokarais makes it 2-0 to Arsenal. Great run here for him. He took it 1v1 to the goalie here for Nick Pope. as Gokrez makes it a goal here in the game. As now it is 2-0 to the Arsenal. Now Jolinton. And now here's Gordon. Cross in. Shot. Isaac. Save right there for the goalkeeper. Now corner here for Gordon. Nice handers right there for the goalie. And now here's to Livramento. Jolinton. Odegaard. Now Gokrez. Now he runs through here now for Arsenal. Pass there to Saka. Saka cut in. Goal for Gokrez, and now it's 3-0 Arsenal. Arsenal have scored 3 goals away from home here in the northeast. And there's a lot of boos, of course, from the home supporters of Newcastle. They're not taking it very lightly, they're not, because Arsenal have scored 3 now past Newcastle United. And yeah, what a brilliant finish there from Victor Gokrez. And Bukayo Saka, nice little cutting cross there all the way to Gokrez to put the ball right past of Nick Pope. And now it is 3-0 to Arsenal. 3-0 Arsenal to score, by the way. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Now here's Declan Rice now. Gokrez. And now Odegaard now. Here's Dan Burn now. It's a chance here for target. Gokrez. Now Bukayo Saka. Has a hit, save. Trossard, save again, rebound back. I think he lost control of that, and that's going to be here a goal kick in the matchup. Now it's going to be here now a goal kick here for Pope. Now, again, and now hold up here now for Isaac. And now here's Odegaard. Now we'll cut in here now. Here to Elanga. Isaac. And now Gordon. Timber. And now Saliba here. And now Gokrez now. He's through, running through here now. Now here's Odegaard. Header in the keeper's hands. And now here's Jolinton. And that's going to be that for the full-time whistle. As Newcastle United have lost the game 3-0. As Victor Gokrez scored a hat-trick in the matchup. He absolutely dismantled Newcastle defence here in this game. But however, the full-time score ends as Newcastle 0, Arsenal 3.
Well, Arsenal absolutely flying at St James's Park. A dominant 3-0 win over Newcastle United. Sharp, slick and in complete control from start to finish. Alan, that was your old club. But Arsenal were excellent today, weren't they?
They were, Gary. Very, very good. Arsenal were quicker, stronger, sharper. Everything you'd want in an away performance. Newcastle couldn't live with their intensity, and once the second goal went in, the game was done. Martinelli, Odegaard, Saka, all brilliant, and defensively Arsenal barely gave Newcastle a kick. From Newcastle's point of view, that's disappointing. They didn't press, they didn't create, and they gave Arsenal far too much space. They were, Gary. Very, very good. Arsenal were quicker, stronger, sharper. Everything you'd want in an away performance. Newcastle couldn't live with their intensity, and once the second goal went in, the game was done. Martinelli, Odegaard, Saka, all brilliant, and defensively Arsenal barely gave Newcastle a kick. From Newcastle's point of view, that's disappointing. They didn't press, they didn't create, and they gave Arsenal far too much space.
And this is it, the biggest game here for tonight for the City Ground, as Nottingham Forest will be playing here against Leicester City at the City Ground. And it's a real huge game this is here at this matchup. Lot to play for, and also a lot obviously for the two teams will go up for. The Midlands derby is big. We know obviously it means a lot for Forest because it's their first Premier League season in the top flight of British football, as we know that obviously Nottingham Forest have been obviously away from this league for 26 years. But Leicester, however, are the team to be the ones will definitely want to have this matchup over Forest. These two teams are iconic football clubs. Leicester City won the Premier League in 2016, surprisingly. However, for Forest, under the great Brian Clough, he brought Forest from the second tier of British football in the 70s, and then he got them into becoming European champions of the whole of Europe twice in the 80s and also the early 80s and also late 90s as well, being a very good manager in fact for Nottingham Forest. But as for Forest though, strong team, strong lineup, lot to contend for in this game for Nottingham Forest. They've got some very good players in this team they have for this matchup. As for Leicester, we know how good they've got. They've got Kasper Schmeichel in goal. They have also got as well Vestergaard in defence. We've got obviously there Ndidi, Madison as well. Patterson, Daka also up front. So a lot to play for Leicester's team. And here we go. And let's get it underway right now between Forest and also Leicester in this game. And now Anina. Now Ndoi. And now Ndoi now. Chris Wood cross it in. Header away. And that's going to be now away here now for a free kick. And now is Face. Now Wilfred Ndidi. And now Justin. And now is Fatiyulu. Now Hudson Odoi. And now it's again here to Salmon. Now Vavadidi. And now Christensen. Now Yates. Now Vestergaard. Now Samani. Now Christensen. And now here's Chris Wood. And now is Salmani. And now all the way here now. Anina. Now Leicester City now, a little hold up. And now Salmani. Now Ndidi. And now Fatasulu. Now Ndidi. Wilfred Ndidi. And now again, hold it here to Patterson. Daka, shoot, and it's gone right there to the keeper's hands. And now Ndoi. All the way now to Vestergaard. Christensen. Now Madison. And now is, again, hold it here nicely. And now here, hold it in now to Marino. Now is Salmone. Now Ndidi. Nearly the end of the first half, by the way. Nothing been said in terms of goals this game and this Midlands derby matchup. But hang on a second here, it's Hudson-Odoi. Little's cut in here maybe. He does, and Odoi scores. And Nottingham Forest have put themselves in the lead. What a goal right there for Notts Forest to put themselves, their noses in front here in the Midlands derby. What a goal and what a finish right here from Odoi, as now the score in this matchup, 1-0 in this game. Any second now, obviously the whistle's going to blow for half time. And that's going to be that all over. As that's going to be a wrap of that, by the way, for the first half. As Nottingham Forest absolutely done well, of course, to be leading this game here in the Midlands derby, as it ends Forest 1, Leicester 0. And that's now the second half, and here we go between Forest and Leicester City, as Forest do obviously take a real good lead, of course, at the City ground here for tonight here on Match of the Day. And now Patterson, Daka, and now Daka cross it in, Madison, and a goal! James Madison has scored for Leicester in the second half. Little behind to Forest, and now in the second half, Madison has slopped that ball into the goal. Absolute wonderful cross and absolute wonderful hit right there, as Daka passed there to Madison. And here we go, 1-1. And now it's Elliot Anderson. A nice run. Now Hudson-Odoi shoots and is right into the leg of Kasper Schmeichel. And now the substitution here now. Ryan Yates will come off the pitch, and now Sangye comes on the field. Cross in the box here, header. Oh, close. Good save there from Schmeichel. And a header right there into the hand of Schmeichel here. One hand. And it is now a corner. And now short crossing, header, clearance away. Now Hudson-Odoi. Moreno! Oh, Marino right there. Could have scored and hit the crossbar. And now Patterson, Daka. And now there's a chance here for Daka now to have a shot. Oh, what a save there, or hands there from Sells. And now there's a substitution here. Hudson-Odoi will come off the field, and Edwards will come on the field as the substitute here for Nottingham Forest. So now Schmeichel will take a goal kick for Leicester. And now head up. Now Williams. And now Mijikovic. Now is Sangre. Now Murillo now to Anderson. And now it's all the way now again to Patterson, Daka. And now Daka. Madison shoots, and it's gone right there into a goal kick here for Forest. Absolutely trying to have this goal right there and try and score. But it's going to be a goal kick, by the way. And now here's again Ndoi now to Sangare. Gibbs White. Ndoi. And now all the way to Samane. And now Mavadidi. Madison. Now Gibbs White. Now Nadoy now for Nottingham Forest. Good attack here for Forest there. Good defending there from Leicester. Now Leicester City obviously in this Midlands derby match. And it's been a very even game. Forest now really putting the pressure here on Leicester. And it's now offside. And now we've got a goal kick, by the way. And now obviously here Wood will come off the field. We've got obviously Taiwan Huang coming on the field here. So a double substitution here for Nottingham Forest in the match. Now boot the ball now away. And now it's Dominguez. And now all the way hold up here now, Dominguez. And now hold up here now for Fayez. And all the way now gone wide, by the way. And now it's going to be a goal kick for Schmeichel. Now Schmeichel will get himself that chance in this goal kick in the game. Now boots it now to Daka. Now Dominguez. Now Dominguez now to Awongi. And now Fayez. Well, Patterson, Daka, and that's going to be full time as the official score here at the City Ground, as both teams have shared a point against each other here, as obviously nothing to be said between the two teams, as both teams do settle as a point here over each other, as the score at full time ends as Nottingham Forest 1, Leicester City 1, as the full time score here at the City Ground.
So, Nottingham Forest and Leicester City share the points at the City Ground, 1 goal each in a tight East Midlands derby. Alan, what did you make of that one?
I thought it was a good game, Gary. Forest started really well, got the early goal and looked full of confidence, but Leicester grew into it, and once they equalised, they probably had the better chances. Forest will feel they should have done more with the opportunities they had, but Leicester showed character. Both sides had spells, neither did quite enough to win it.
Yeah, fair point. Forest will look at it as 2 dropped, Leicester might see it as 1 earned. Either way, the draw keeps both teams bunched tightly together in the middle of the table. Right, let's crack on. Plenty more to get through tonight.
A nice perfect run here for O'Hore, all the way into Phil Foden. Phil Foden right here, knocked it there to Renegers, right here knocks it a pass there to Erling Haaland to score the first opener for Man City, and what a goal within 10 minutes as City lead the game by 1-0. And then City carried on fighting and got themselves another goal in the matchup as Erling Haaland, nice run, hits it in the top corner, and now City make it 2 within 20 minutes in the game, and what a goal. And now hold up here from Erling Haaland, nice little run here for him for City, all the way to Phil Foden. Phil Foden, nice little run up and shoots there to make it 3-0 to Manchester City. As what a finish right there for City, as he scored just before half time to make it 3-0. A nice perfect run here for Man City as Lionel Messi, nice pass there to Reginders. Reginders right here, nice little cut through to Phil Foden. Foden, nice run, perfect perfection, 1v1 to the keeper, and he put it past Sheffield United to score the 4th goal in the game. And what an unbelievable finish right there for Phil Foden, as now it's 4-0 to the Sky Blues. And the full-time score of the matchup between Manchester City and also Sheffield United, as it ends here at the Stadium of the Etihad, it ends Man City 4, Sheffield United 0 at full time. And a great start for Everton within the first 60 minutes in the game. Dwight McNeil crossing Dominic Calvert-Lewin into the goal, as now Everton lead the game within 60 minutes to make it 1-0 in the match. West Ham United really hold through nicely here as Gerald Bowen and also Frukruk will pass and pass together, and then Frukruk got the last touch and he hit the ball right in the top corner as the German makes it one apiece here at the Everton Stadium. A great perfect obviously finish here for Everton in the matchup, and also West Ham United. Both teams settle as a draw here at the stadium here at the new Everton ground as it ends Everton 1, West Ham United 1 at full time. Nice little hold up here from Darwin Núñez. And now Sabitzer all the way to Salah. Has a shot and he hits it into the back of the net. And now the Egyptian has now made it 1-0 in the matchup here. As what a start to the game for Liverpool to score over Palace here away from home. A nice little hold up here from Cody Gakpo. Nice option here to pass the ball there to Sabitzer. Sabitzer there to Salah. Salah hits it into the goal, and now it's 2-0 to Liverpool. What a finish and what a goal here at Selhurst Park. Nice little run up here from Sabitzer, all the way there to Darwin Núñez, all the way to Mo Salah, and then Salah right here. Nice little cut up play here, cross into Sabitzer, hits it into the goal, and now Liverpool have now made it 3-0 in the game here, and what an amazing finish right there for him in the matchup. A nice obviously victory for Liverpool. They absolutely turned over Crystal Palace in the matchup here at Selhurst Park, as the score here at the end of the matchup as Palace 0, Liverpool 3 at full time at Selhurst Park. A nice little run here from Tanaka all the way to Dan James. And then Dan James right here, following a nice little run here, round down that channel, past a few defenders and midfielders of AFC Bournemouth, and Dan James hits it into the bottom corner, as now it's the goal there to make it 1-0 to Leeds United. What an absolute finish right here for Leeds in the game. An unbelievable run here for Leeds United as Dan James right here. Nice pace here in the attack here for Leeds as Otono puts a ball right past the goalkeeper right there, as now it's 2-0 to Leeds United as Wilfred Gonoto right here placed it in, as now it's 2 for Leeds United. A nice little hold up here for Bogle and Semiai. And then Otara there, hold it here for Bournemouth here for the Cherries, as a cross right into the box, all the way to Evanilson, and Evanilson got onto that absolutely, as Lucas Perry could not get the ball first, the goalkeeper for Leeds, and now Bournemouth are sort of back in the game. A massive turnaround for Bournemouth to be trading to Leeds United and then make a massive comeback to make it 2-2. As Antonio Semenyo crossed in to Evanilson, and he hit the ball past the goalkeeper right there of Leeds United as Evanilson scores, and now it's 2 apiece here at Ellen Road, and what a finish right there for him, and the goal is confirmed for him now as Bournemouth 2, now Leeds United 2, as the goal right there was scored here for the Cherries. And then Evanilson got himself a hat-trick in the matchup here. Great hold up here, really nice composed. And then all the way a massive run right here, all the way and beat past the goalkeeper. And now it's 4-2 to Bournemouth in the match. What unbelievable finish right there for him as he scores in the game here. As now it's 4-2 to the Cherries. However, in the 90 minutes in the game here, Semenyo right here, great pass there to Patrick Kluivert to put the ball right into the top corner, as Bournemouth have absolutely done it in style here and won the game officially here at Ellen Road. And all the Bournemouth substitutes, the manager and Dario Ariola has absolutely gone wild, of course, in the away end as all the supporters and everybody of Bournemouth will be so delighted they've got the win over the line and scored a late goal to confirm themselves as the winners in the matchup here at Ellen Road, obviously this afternoon. I've got to say their amazing hat-trick right there for Evan Lilson for Bournemouth, and I've got to say Bournemouth did very well to come to Ellen Road and won the game here by 4-2 as the final victory for Bournemouth, and all the fans down the south coast will be very proud on their performance, of course, here as it ends Leeds 2, Bournemouth 4. A great perfect run here for Leon Bailey here for Aston Villa. A little cut in there to Ollie Watkins, and he puts the ball into the back of the net, as now the score is 1-0 to Aston Villa in the game here at Villa Park. A nice run here from Ollie Watkins to Aston Villa. Real hold back here there to John McGinn. And then John McGinn had a shot, hit it into the bottom corner. And now Villa have now made it 2-0 against Fulham here at Villa Park. What a finish and what a goal right there for McGinn. As now it's now 2-0 to Aston Villa. And a great run here for Andres Pereira as Raul Jimenez. Great run here for Fulham. Has a shot saved and a Iwobi header into the back of the net. As what a header right there for him. And that is an absolute wonderful goal right here for Fulham. And now it's 1 goal back, 2-1 in the matchup here at Villa Park. A nice counter-attack here for Adama Traore here for Fulham, as a real nice cross there to Alex Iwobi, shot, back to Iwobi again, rebound, and he headed the ball past the goalkeeper, Emiliano Martinez, and now it's 2-2. Aston Villa and also Fulham was a very tight game, of course, between the two sides at Villa Park, as both teams really tried, of course, to try and beat each other here at Villa Park. But as of the score here at full time, at the end of the matchup here, it ends as Aston Villa 2, Fulham 2 at Villa Park here this afternoon. A great perfect run here for Pedro Neto, all the way there to João Pedro. And then João Pedro here, all the way to Cole Palmer. And then Cole Palmer was 1v1 to the keeper, hit the ball into the back of the net, as now Chelsea have made it 1-0 here against Brighton Hove Albion. What a finish, and also what a goal here for Chelsea in the game. Within 70 minutes in the game, Cole Palmer, what an absolute unbelievable run here. Great pass to João Pedro. Then João Pedro found a nice pass back to Cole Palmer. 1v1 to the goalkeeper, and he hit that ball into the net. And now Chelsea have now made it 2-0 in the matchup, as what a finish for Palmer in the game here at Stamford Bridge. And Chelsea, what an absolute massive win for them in the game here, as great goals in the matchup for, obviously, for Cole Palmer also to be one of the goal scorers in the game for Chelsea, as a full-time score ended here as Palmer scored 2 past Brighton, as it ends 2-0 to the Chelsea in the game here at Stamford Bridge. A great counter-attack in the matchup here for Brentford in the game here, as Wissa, great pass there to Damsgaard. Damsgaard right there to Cannavaro. And then for Fabio Cannavaro, lobbed the goalkeeper Nana, and he put the ball past the keeper above his shoulders into the goal. And now Brentford lead the game by 1-0 within the first 7 minutes in the match. However, Manchester United have got themselves a response back in the matchup, by the way. There's a great attack here from Brian Abremo in the second half, as he crossed it in all the way to Rashford to make it 1-1 in the game, as Marcus Rashford within 60 minutes in the match makes it 1 apiece in the game. And then, however, we know that another counter-attack here from Brian Abremo here for Manchester United, as he really hold the ball nicely all the way to Ronaldo, and then Ronaldo hit it and he put the ball right into the back of the net in the last 93 minutes in the game. Ronaldo scored the last touch, the last goal in the 90th minute of the game, in the last seconds of the matchup, as Cristiano Ronaldo, a superhero, has saved Man United from winning the game here away from home against Brentford in the late stoppage time remaining of the game to Brentford here, as he beat past Aaron Ramsdale with calm and compose as the full-time score ends as Brentford 1, Manchester United 2. A great start in the matchup here before half-time for Tottenham Hotspur, as a great opportunity right here for Spurs as Harry Kane on the attack, pass back here to Odobert, as Odobert right here makes it 1-0 to Tottenham, as what a goal right there for Wilson Odobert to make it 1-0 to Spurs in the first 38 minutes in the game. Just 8 minutes until half-time, Spurs are in the lead by a goal from Wilson Odobert in the game. Thomas Frank was very happy about that victory right there for Spurs. A big win for Tottenham. Only a narrow 1-0 victory in the game, as all the Spurs team, the fans as well, not much goals involved in this game, but however, Wilson Odobert was the only goal scorer in the matchup, and the full-time score ends at White Hart Lane as it ends here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as Spurs 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0 as a full-time whistle in the game here this evening.
So that's match day 6 wrapped up, and it's been another fascinating weekend in the Premier League. Some big wins across the board. Manchester United coming from behind to beat Brentford, Chelsea continuing their excellent form, Spurs edging Wolves, Liverpool dominant at Selhurst Park, and Arsenal putting 3 past Newcastle. At the other end, West Ham with a vital away result, Leeds and Bournemouth serving up a goal fest, and Manchester City absolutely cruising at home to Sheffield United. So that's match day 6 wrapped up, and it's been another fascinating weekend in the Premier League. Some big wins across the board. Manchester United coming from behind to beat Brentford, Chelsea continuing their excellent form, Spurs edging Wolves, Liverpool dominant at Selhurst Park, and Arsenal putting 3 past Newcastle. At the other end, West Ham with a vital away result, Leeds and Bournemouth serving up a goal fest, and Manchester City absolutely cruising at home to Sheffield United. And down at the bottom, Bournemouth move up to 11th after another solid display. Newcastle, Leicester and Nottingham Forest all packed tightly together on 7 points. He points to the relegation zone graphic, Everton and Brighton just above the drop, but West Ham and Fulham are right in it, and Wolves slipping to 19th after another defeat. Sheffield United remain bottom, still without a win, and now with a goal difference of -20. A tough period for them. And down at the bottom, Bournemouth move up to 11th after another solid display. Newcastle, Leicester and Nottingham Forest all packed tightly together on 7 points. He points to the relegation zone graphic, Everton and Brighton just above the drop, but West Ham and Fulham are right in it, and Wolves slipping to 19th after another defeat. Sheffield United remain bottom, still without a win, and now with a goal difference of -20. A tough period for them.